This is Pat McDaniel with Second Mile Marketing, and I want to show you a really common problem that I see and I run across with a lot of businesses out there. They can be contracting, remodeling, home improvement kind of businesses. They could be consultants. I mean, there's just a lot of this particular problem. And that is where the business is explaining everything from their own vantage point. And what they don't understand is people don't automatically accept what they say as the gospel truth just because they're saying it. So here's a good classic example. And it took me, I kid you not, probably 20 seconds to find this. I just typed some, you know, looking for certain kinds of remodelers and in a certain city. I just picked a city, and lo and behold, here comes one. And I said, well, there you go. So here's one. This is not a very good looking site, but they say Anderson and Sons Remodeling. Okay. Now, if you're going to stand out and have people believe what you're saying, you've got to first start by sitting down sort of at the proverbial kitchen table and helping them feel like you care, you're listening, you understand their needs, their wants, their desires, and that you have solutions to help them reach overcome the problems that they're having or the desires that they want. And unfortunately, most websites uh, see if they can say as much as they can, as quickly as they can on their website, or what they say is just very cliched and causes everyone to, if somebody's out there doing research looking for a kitchen remodeler, and they run across 3 or 4 or 5 websites, and they almost all say basically the same thing, it's going to make it really difficult for them to pick any of them. But if they run across 1 or 2 that really stand out because you connect with that particular website and that particular business, then you are more likely to contact them because just like in a sales arrangement, in a sales situation, if you feel like you connect with the salesperson and that they connect with you and that they understand you and your needs and your wants and your desires and are offering answers to those particular problems or solution or desires, then you're going to move in that direction. So here we have Anderson and Sons Remodeling. And what do they start out with saying? We are a family-owned and operated remodeling business serving the Kansas City, Lee's Summit, and surrounding area. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, then they say, we specialize in room additions, decks, bathrooms. Okay, nothing, there's no new information here. I could have told you this in my sleep. Then they say, hey, we're really good at what we do. We take care of you. Um, we make sure everything's handled smoothly. We've been working for 20 years. We have quality and craftsmanship. Guess what? Everybody says that. So, for the average homeowner who's trying to decide why pick you over the next guy, this guy's not going to do very well. So, one of the things that we tested on a plumbing client that we have was trying to help the website visitors recognize that this particular plumbing client understands where they're coming from and understands what they value and provides that very thing. And so we did some research and quantified about a half a dozen or so common themes that we ran across that people loved or liked about a plumber or didn't like or disliked about a plumber. And so we categorized those, and then we reframed this so that it wasn't the plumbing company saying we're not like this but we're like this, but to really kind of present it from the vantage point of the website visitor. So let me show you what I mean. So one of the vignettes that comes up is I want to find a plumbing company that respects me, my time, and my property, because we heard complaints that that these plumbers come in and they don't respect your property and they leave it dirtier than when they found it, that they show up whenever they show up. that you break your neck to get home, and then you sit around and wait on them. So this guy's asking, I want to find the plumbing company that respects that, who will do this. Then the next vignette shows a woman saying, where can I find a plumbing company who does what is best for me? Okay, this elaborates on it, who won't pressure me with the most expensive option. And that is another common complaint in the industry, that somebody comes in, they may offer you a low ball bid, then they show up at your house and they start to try to upsell you on everything and telling you how you need this and how you need that, and you thought it was going to be a $79 repair, and now they're talking $600-700. Okay, we know that a lot of plumbing companies pay their people on commission. That's how they make their money. So they're selling you stuff not because it's best for you, but it's because it's best for them. And so this woman is asking the question that a lot of people in the back of their minds are asking. What if I could just find a company that does what's best for me and won't sell me things that I don't need? And then, here's one with, a recommendation. Somebody told me, these guys are on time, they were polite, they were clean, they were thorough. I'm definitely going to use them again. And so all of these are examples of taking a presentation, a website is a presentation, and reframing it so that it is coming from the vantage point of the website visitor. Now, when we instituted this change, we noticed a dramatic increase in the number of phone calls, well over 50%, higher response rate. Why? Because people instinctively read through these things and said, well, this is the kind of company I want, because that's me right there. That's my situation, and they get it. So to use the psychology of persuasion on your website is not using manipulative tactics to somehow get people to do what they don't want to do, but instead what it does is it helps to frame who you are in the best possible light so that your web visitors see it more quickly, get it more quickly, and give you a call. Make sense? For more tips, come back to Second Mile Marketing's blog. We have all sorts of ideas on persuasion and persuasion triggers and the psychology of persuasion to increase the leads and response rate of your website so that you can get more phone calls and more new business without having to pay for more traffic. This is Pat McDaniel, Second Mile Marketing. I hope you enjoyed this.